Hi, Kanika. It's such a pleasure to see you again. And before we jump into our conversation, I'd love to give a quick introduction to Loadmill for our audience. So, Loadmill is an innovative company based in Australia on a mission to transform software testing through the power of AI. And what sets Loadmill apart is its low-code API-driven platform that makes it easy for even less technical team members to create, maintain, and scale automated test scripts. It's an end-to-end solution that not only accelerates test development, but also uses AI to help diagnose and troubleshoot test failures. So I'm really looking forward to hear your perspective on how Loadmill is shaping the future of test automation. So can you tell us a bit about your company and the problems you help solve in the quality space?
Sure, I can do that. But before that, in the introduction, I would like to correct something. And I
Yeah.
smile about that error because the founder, Ido, is going to be smiling when he hears that we were found in, we like the company is not based out of Australia. The R&D is in Tel Aviv. Of course, the sales and marketing is being driven from Melbourne, Australia. So for all the Aussies watching, they should be happy about it. But I do plan to move to San Francisco. So yeah, like I don't know if we are.
Oh, thanks for the correction. So where was it founded? Was it founded in Israel then?
It was found in Israel.
Oh, all right, all right. Okay, good to know.
Yes, yes,
But the CEO is in Israel as well.
yes. He's in Israel.
Oh, great, great. Okay, okay.
Well, everyone keeps traveling. We have a thing we say within Loadmill, the sun never sets on Loadmill. We're always available in any time zone.
Yeah.
And another cool thing about like our company is that everyone can have a technical conversation and a business conversation. Like you could go to our CTO and he can have a business conversation, and you can go to Ido and he'll give you the best demo. So yeah, we are like a team of unicorns located everywhere in the world.
Great, great. And you are a VP of marketing, right?
Sales and marketing. Yes.
Great, great. So tell us a bit more about what you guys do and the problems that you're solving.
Okay, so I think the biggest problem in engineering today, and you have such an amazing experience, so I'm sure that you correlate with this than anyone else, is the emergence of AI. Now, a lot of times people say, well, that's not a problem. That's like a good thing to have happened. Yeah, it's a great thing to have happened. But what has also happened is that all developers now want to use AI to write more code, right? Everyone wants to go faster than they were going before. And testing, that has always been a cost center, usually, and always been looked as the thing that slows everything down, probably becomes even slower if you don't use AI to make it go faster. And Loadmill has a vision to use AI and apply it at the right places in testing, and make sure that we remove bottlenecks. So our goal is to be the tester's best friend and help them use AI in the right way. Like you just don't want a CV that says, I use AI, but what do you do with it? How do you solve a problem? And we're trying to solve some critical problems. So that's really what we do.
Great. And so what sets you apart from other companies who are, supporting test teams and the quality teams with AI as well?
Yes. See, firstly, I have huge respect for any team today that makes the shift, any startup, any large testing tool that says we support AI. It's a shift of mindset, right? At the end of the day. Now, think about old infrastructure companies that were providing browsers and devices. They'll probably add some AI to make the provisioning faster, or make the execution faster. And you'll have others who have other differences. Loadmill started with AI when AI was kind of born. So we were in the first cohort of OpenAI. And Ido wanted to transform the way testing is done. Now, I won't get into all the details, but the end result of it is that you have 90% of all the tools trying to solve a problem using the UI layer. So what everyone's doing is, yes, you've got a lot of UI tests, so let's write more of them. Let's write them quickly. Let's make it easy to write that. Let's use like natural language to write those tests, but you're still writing the same tests. What we're doing is we're taking the API layer, applying AI to it, and writing tests that inherently run from the server layer. We also have UI, but that is an added component on top of those tests. So essentially, we're just shifting the game. We are no more looking at UI. All the tests run through server layer. They are 10x faster and 10x faster than the fastest UI test. And we also cover UI. Now, a lot of people come to me and say, but don't you do load testing because your name starts with load? Well, the company did start as a load testing platform. And the cool thing is, while everyone else looks at load as another product, in Loadmill, you can add load testing on any test. Every test, you can add load on top of it. So that's really how we are different. We are different in the way we think, and we are different in the way you can use us.
Great. Sounds great. It reminds me of the kind of pyramid, right? And how we should be focusing on the lower levels of the pyramid first, right? And not try to create the cupcake effect where there's a lot of UI tests and not enough down level tests. So that's great. I want to also ask you the question that is kind of foundational for all of the quality people. So what does quality mean to you and your team?
Yes. Quality means quality for our team means the success of the users who are using our platform, the teams that are using our platform. We are in the business of making you successful. So whatever is your company definition of quality, we will ensure that you are successful with it. And our definition of quality is to give you the most quality product. So one reason why I had almost resigned from like selling testing tools. I was like, I'm done. My last stint, I was co-founder in a testing company. I was like, nothing works. I'm done. And the only reason, amongst the only reasons I signed up to Loadmill is that Loadmill, 99% of customers renew Loadmill every year. Like, barring the one customer who runs out of budget, customers love Loadmill. And that is the reason why we believe that our goal as quality is to make you successful. Anyone using the product should be successful. And more than that, we exist in an ecosystem where even like you and I, our relationship, I did not know you, but I believe that everyone in Loadmill wants InnovateQA and you guys to be successful. So that's really just who we are as people.
That's a great definition of quality, right? When you're looking at the customer experience and the customer success. A lot of times we get into this mindset where quality is like, no bugs or low escape defect count. But at the end of the day, it's success of our customer, right? How are they successful and how are they experiencing our product? So I love that you're so customer focused.
Thank you.
And I want to ask you also about with the tools like Loadmail and other AI tools coming out, how do you see the role of the quality engineers or the quality discipline evolving in this fast-paced software world?
Yeah. I'm probably going to say something a little debatable or controversial, but I will say it because my own personal journey has always been about doing the hard things. So I do a sport called weightlifting, and I picked up weightlifting at an age when people probably thought I could just do yoga, and then I competed. When hard things happen in you, you become tougher. I think what I'm about to say is that the environment is tough for QAs at the moment because there is no denying that the underlying effect for generative AI and all the buzz you hear even after Google I/O is that you will need lesser number of people. But that doesn't take away the responsibility of how we can innovate. So I think I see a lot of times posts that start by saying all AI tools are useless, they will die, they will not do anything. And I really feel that is disservice to the community. Don't do that. AI is for real. It's not going anywhere. how it gets applied is really for leaders like you. Like, we listen to you and your feedback. Give us concrete feedback and we will make it happen. So your responsibility as the community is to go back to people who are building and guide them. Like, I'm always open to advisors. When Priyanka approached us and we had a chat, we were so excited about the fact that she wanted to help us build our community. Similarly, our conversations, discussions with Milan, for us, your feedback is most important. So I feel the responsibility of the QA leaders is not to deny and tell everyone this is going to go, just wait for it to die. It will not die. It is here to stay. So your responsibility is to give your feedback and make it grow in the right way.
Yeah, thank you for speaking the truth. Like, it's a challenging and a hard truth that our jobs will change as a quality discipline. But we have to learn and we have to adapt and we have to go with the future and the modern technologies and all of that. And I agree with you. AI is not going anywhere. That is just so true.
Yeah, do you think that salespeople are not worried? Do you think that marketing is not worried? Like, you could design something today, a graphic on ChatGPT without needing a designer. There was a
Yeah.
time I needed a graphic designer. Now, that is almost like, I think there is this viral post of someone who was paying a bill, and you know how in America for everything you have to like tip. It doesn't work that way in Australia, by the way. But anyway, so the guy basically said, do more, instead of like tipping. And I felt this is exactly what we need to do. Like, all we need to do is we just need to do more than what we were doing before.
Yeah, exactly. And so I want to kind of switch and talk about your customers for a second. So what are you seeing the biggest quality challenges that your customer are facing and that you probably are helping solve for them?
Okay. So the number one problem we are solving for customers is flaky and unstable tests. That's the number one problem. And I'm not going to beat around the bush. That is why customers come to us. They've got test execution, they've written tests, they're tired of maintaining them. It takes them 40% of their time to maintain those tests. They run really slow. Whatever you do, they don't seem to have the ROI, and they need something that works. There was a time we were debating that we should just call Loadmill, testing AI that works, but we didn't go with that. So it's kind of like we make things work. The second problem that people come to us for is when they are struggling to write API tests, because writing API tests naturally is a little harder than the UI tests. And the tools that are available are looking at it more purely from an endpoint perspective. So you basically just do contract testing or endpoint testing. But there is no way where a customer can use, or a user can use a tool which can automatically look through the traffic and write a test across multiple services and multiple systems. And that is like our number one use case. When you have something that starts from mobile, goes to a core banking system, then goes to Kafka, then goes to a message back to the user, how do you test this whole thing? Like Papa John's, which is our referenceable customer, does that for multiple services, multiple platforms. So it's, of course, like our number one use case. So the problem we solve, unstable, flaky tests, the use case, end-to-end testing across multiple services and systems.
Oh, that's amazing. So you're basically also catching the traffic, understanding what the patterns are for the APIs, and then you're automating the specific user kind of facing scenarios for the APIs. Is that right?
Absolutely right. You nailed it. So we can take the traffic in any form. It could be from a mobile app, it could be from point of sale, it could be from your backend recording. If you use like New Relic or Dynatrace, we could take that HAR file, and we're going to take that traffic and help you write end-to-end tests that we will maintain for you. And you don't need to worry about how many systems and services it goes through. So that's really what we do.
Oh, that's great. And how do you maintain them? So is that kind of like a smart AI that knows what to fix with the code changes, or how does that work?
So we use like prompt-based engineering to change it. So of course, what happens is internally, Loadmill is a low-code platform. It converts all that traffic and tests into a user interface, which is easily understandable in English. But behind it, all the code is in YAML that we can maintain. So there is self-healing for it. Now, let's say you made a change in a backend service and we ran the regression and it caught the change. Now, Loadmill is going to show the change to you. So Loadmill is going to say, hey, something is broken. And it's also going to suggest that this is how you could change your test. So you don't need to write anything anymore. You just click on, I agree with your suggestion, apply the change, and it's going to apply it to all the places in the code. But we do believe in human in the loop. We do believe that the QA knows the best whether the change has happened or not. The QA knows the best whether that's the test he wants to write or not. So we use prompts, just like you talk to ChatGPT, like it's going to come back and say, hey, this is what I think you should be doing. And you can say, no, I don't, give me another way of fixing it. And you just apply. So we use prompts to self-heal.
Great. And so did you find that, let's say you came to a company with, 10 test engineers who've been maintaining this API test, and now you're bringing in Loadmill. So are you finding that now you need less test engineers? And do you have any kind of sort of data for like, hey, this is how much less engineers you now need to do the same thing?
All the companies that we work with are very protective about their people. So we never have a conversation on reducing. We only have a conversation on doing more.
Improving, okay.
For example, we're signing up with a company that has multiple, their app runs in multiple countries, right? And they wrote a test automation suite which could work for what they had, like the number of countries. And now they want to do more countries, but they don't want to add more number of people. They just want to give a better tool to their team to write more. So I feel the conversation we are having is increasing coverage than reducing people. Also, because if you look at it, API testing, the number of companies in the world and the ratio of how many people run through API is so low that there is just a room for improvement. So I feel I've had very little conversation so far, even with our largest customers, on reduction. Like if there is 10, they'll keep the 10, but they'll probably do 20 with those 10.
Yeah. I think it's a great perspective and addresses the point of testers being kind of fearing that there will be reductions, right? Because even in my experience, when I work for companies, I've seen so much test coverage gaps, that like you don't want to reduce, you just want to add more with the same number of people, right? So you're improving efficiency, but you're not reducing the force. So
and if I may take, like, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but if I may take the liberty of saying, I really think that it is the developers who should be more threatened with a more powerful QA team. You can actually catch more edge cases. You can do more. So I feel that's the shift in mindset I think we need to have to be able to use a tool and do things we did not do before.
And do you find that Loadmill is also being used by developers and not just by the QA teams?
Yes, in parts, yes. But the way that Loadmill is designed, because our primary use case is end-to-end tests, the very developer-oriented companies, like very developer-oriented, don't even do end-to-end tests. Like one of the largest companies that does remittances across the world, one of the largest enterprise applications tech company, most tech companies, like probably they just don't do end-to-end testing. So I would say we're still relying on our friends in QE to use our tool, but nothing stops a developer from doing it. Like there's no technical limitation. It's just that the nature of jobs in their companies doesn't allow them to do it.
Sounds great. Sounds amazing. Would love to see a demo one day of your awesome tool. And also so happy that you get to participate in InnovateQA and being our partners and collaborators. we're going to have a session with the activity, I believe, from Loadmill, and
Yes.
I'm looking forward to that. And also wanted to ask you, what made you decide to support InnovateQA?
Yeah, and I will break this answer into two parts. One is when I decided to support it, it was because of a friend, Milan, who is in your team, and he's from Australia, and we connected, and it was just because of that. But today, a few months since we took that decision, I just love your entire team. You're so open, you're so friendly. You're trying to do so many things, including yourself, like, the amazing work you've been doing with creating this group for QE leadership jobs and the support call you did yesterday. Like, I just like this energy. So I haven't taken any permissions from Ido on this, but I'm pretty sure we will do more now than we had planned because we just like how, as I said in my last video, how authentic you are, how you have approached us. A lot of times you can just think of us as a sponsor or like, oh, he's a tool vendor. But I think you think the fact that you're interviewing us and taking our views on such important topics just shows how mature you are as a group.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. We definitely care about community and want to give back and build this community to support each other and the discipline. So super happy to have you as part of the InnovateQA community. And I have a few questions about your advice to the quality team. So what's one piece of advice you'd give to teams trying to level up their quality practices these days?
Yeah, I think the first thing I would say is that they should do some sort of a basic course in generative AI, like just get the fundamentals right. I did one in the beginning of the year. It was available on Udemy by Ed Donner. It's a great course, I think. So I think you should not first think of how do I learn more about QA and AI, just learn a little more about AI. That'll be my starting point. And then what I would like you to do is have a first principle approach. Like, don't go and think of, let me just take MCP and build like something on Selenium. Think of problems you have seen. Think of what is it that you can solve, which you could not do before. So don't be a me too, like just don't copy stuff. Like this is your golden opportunity to do something which nobody has done because the technology today makes it possible.
I love that. I love that because you never know, like in your specific case, how else you can apply AI
Right.
rather than just kind of like, use the existing tools or innovation, just learn how it works and see what you can do with it. That's a great advice for our audience. And to wrap this up, I have two kind of fun questions for you. So, what is something fun or surprising about your company and your team that most people don't know?
Yeah, I think there are many fun and surprising things about this team, but I will keep it to the one that surprised you, which is we are actually not based in Australia. We are in Tel Aviv. And we have a team member in every part of, like, I would say the world. So we've got someone in Canada, we've got Tel Aviv covered. Now we've brought people in India. I'm in Australia. So there is no time zone we are not able to cover. And as I said in my intro as well, everyone in Loadmill can have a business conversation and a tech conversation. Like if you talk to me or you talk to Neha, who's in India, she'll tell you everything technically and she'll also tell you what the pricing is. So you can speak to anyone in Loadmill. You don't need to wait to speak with me or Ido.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I love the global feel, right? And you can work with companies across the world, no matter where they are. So that's amazing. And if your company was a character in a movie, what kind of role would it play?
Yeah, we would be like in we would be like, I don't know, in one of those Marvel movies, some sort of a superhero. um I would pick I don't know, Superman or something like that, that is trying to do something really transformational. That's what I would choose. I'm pretty sure if you ask this question more to like um Ido, he would probably choose something that is like a cuter character because he's like that. So yeah, I would probably choose something action, something that is transformational as a character.
So solving challenging problems, yeah, in the world. Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for this chat and for sharing with us what Loadmill is doing. I'm wishing you good luck with the Loadmill and looking forward to have you guys at InnovateQA and also seeing a demo one day. So that'd be great.
Yes, that'll definitely be great. Thank you for having me. Thank you for thinking about doing this interview. And again, I can't be there. We can't be there for the event, but we will make sure that our presence is felt. Thank you so much.